Hey, this is Ricky for Real Talk Chimp, live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. This is part two of the Cherry Blossom Festival by Paint by Numbers Number Artist. NumberArtist.com. Item number 40-50-LZ8367. On part one, we did an unboxing and a tutorial and got up to paint number 6. This is a 24 paint set, so it's a little bit easier than the ones I've done in the past. So it is for beginners, for pros, for just about anybody that can hold a paintbrush and paint within the lines. We're going to check with YouTube, make sure that we are live streaming and that we have audio. I hear audio and it looks like we're good to go. Okay. Hey, Jessica Pika Hart. How you doing? I hope you stick around. Yeah, finally, right? Speaking of, she says we finally hit 4,000 subscribers after only 6 years. So we're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers before the end of 2026. So remember to like, share at Real Talk Chimp, comment to keep me entertained and Jessica entertained, and hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. So we'll continue painting. We've got our water set up to the side here to clean our brushes. We have our brushes out. The last time we painted, we were doing number 6. We'll go back and see if there's any more number 6s that we have to do. This is a kind of a light, I guess, salmon color, a light peach or salmon color. So we were looking for 6s last time. Then we found a 3 and went back to the 3. So no matter what number I'm at, if I find a 1 through whatever number that I'm working on, I will go back and paint it. It's just something I do. You can certainly just wait until the very end and go back and find the numbers that you missed and paint them, which is most likely what will end up happening. There are several spots where I went out of the lines, that just due to shaky phalanges. So I think we were going to move on to number 7. If a 6 or any other number pops up, we'll certainly go back to it. First of all, for our Jessica, we have to bring our friend out here. Now again, I am not endorsed by any of these products. I will not have to pay for them, but this right here is what it's all about. Pikachu. So we'll keep our buddy right next to us here as if she was sitting in the room right now with us. So we'll casually glance down and we'll get to work here. Remember, if you're just joining the channel here, we are doing paint by numbers. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get to it. So can't find any number 6s, so we'll switch to number 7. We're going in a completely opposite direction as number 6, as all these paints have been. Number 6 has been this light salmon color. Number 7 is going into a more pinkish. While salmon has a pink tone to it, this one is on the more of the peach side. This one here is definitely a bubblegum pink. As for the actual names of these paint sets, these paint things, I don't really know. They didn't give me that. If somebody wants to look them up and let me know, I only know the paint code. I don't know the actual color. But it does look like the inside of a gumball. And now I'm getting hungry for gumballs. So let's put it back into its little doohickey. So this is number 7. Right out of the gate, we've got a 7 right here. You'll have to let me know on the live stream whether or not you can see where I'm painting and if you can hear me okay. Jessica, you can pick it up any day. I go to the Dollar Tree. I buy the dollar kits, little unicorns. They're about maybe 3 to 5 inches in diameter. Some are square, some are rectangles, some are circles. Some of them are like used for ornaments for your Christmas tree or hang in your window or whatever. You can go to the Dollar Tree and spend $1, literally. This particular kit cost me about $50 because I asked for it framed. I got the paintbrushes, I got the paints, etc. Some of the kits are more expensive, some of them are less expensive. Depends on which kit you want. Numberartist.com isn't the only paint by numbers company out there. There's a million of them. So yeah. All right, so we'll start with number 7. But yeah, if you, unless your hands don't work, which are possible, then you can paint with your feet. If you can't paint with your feet, you can train your nose. If you can't paint with your nose, you can train your tongue. If you can't paint with your tongue, hire somebody else to paint it for you. Or get a robot. I think we have robots now, right? I have to keep going somehow. I have to keep my sanity going somehow. Humor is the best way. It's a great coping mechanism, I guess. Not sure what I'm painting here. I'm going to look at the reference guide. See what this is right here. Looks like it's part of the ground. It's just this kind of, so you have to see what's going on in this. This is Kyoto, Japan in the Edo period. And it's a cherry blossom festival, which from what I've been doing in my deep dive down the rabbit hole is an ongoing thing that's been going on for 1,000 years. The cherry blossoms bloom. They have a cherry blossom festival in this town. And so you're getting a lot of the colors from the cherry blossom coming down, and as it gets hit by the light, it changes colors before the leaves touch the ground. So all the colors around are this sort of pinkish, purplish hue. And then, you know, like the pagoda, the giant pagoda in the background, there's a pagoda to the left, huge cherry blossom to the right, and then there's some like festival type buildings around, or the normal buildings that you would have in a shogun palace. You have them kind of around. There's a roof here, a roof here, a roof here, roof here, a pagoda here, a pagoda here, cherry blossoms, and then the whole street is filled with people shopping and doing different things. So this is a person, this is a person, here is a person, here is a person. There are other people in the background, but it's so blended in with the color. You'll start to see it as we go along here. So we'll get back to painting number 7. If you have a question, I'll try to answer it. If I can't answer it, Jessica will try to answer it. If she can't answer it, then we'll ask the Googly bot. If you have a comment, most likely post it. If you don't have a comment, suggestion, or you just want to tickle our totem poles with whatever's on your mind, go for it. I will glance down every time I dip the paintbrush into paint. I glance down and look at the tablet. Speaking of looking at the tablet, we have Antiana Cribs. Crazy. I'm crazy for crazy, crazy. Unfortunately, I can't play music in the background due to copyright strikes. Sometimes I'll try to sing what's rattling in my brain. Sometimes I'm like your mom on a long road trip. When you're listening to the radio and your mom tries to sing a song and puts her own lyrics in it, and you're like, Mom, that's not right. I'm that guy, girl, woman, person, place, TV. So I'm doing my best to try to keep within the lines. You'll notice that my hands are black, and that's because I'm wearing nitrile gloves. I can't wear latex because I'm allergic to latex, so I'm wearing nitrile gloves, and the reason why I'm wearing nitrile gloves is as a hybrid chimpanzee human, I just want to stick my fingers in the paint and all over the place. And I end up getting covered, my shirt, my arms, my hands in paint. Sometimes even Sammy gets in the middle of it and we're doing paw painting. So I've been wearing the gloves so as you can see, I can keep my hands sassy. Plus, you never know where these paints are coming from, you know. There could be some serious toxicity or radiation, who knows. Maybe I'll become a super chimpanzee human hybrid. I'll shut up now. I'm sorry. What was I doing? Painting. So we're painting number 7s, as I said. Yeah, I mean, when I wasn't doing paint by numbers when I was younger and I would just put a canvas out and look at something and paint it or paint from a dream, it was a whole different world. This takes time because you're following somebody else's art. You're trying your best with your shaky arthritic hands to stay within the circle, you know, stay within the lines of the little weird thing that they gave you here. Plus, none of it makes sense. Like, normal painter would just paint a big old splotch, right, of paint, and it'll look like a beautiful river. This is like intricate little colors, but you have to remember that in reality, when you look at an object, any object, look around you, look at your phone, look at the chair, look at the carpet, look at the ceiling, look around you. It's not just one color. Even though I'm in a room of white painted everything. This entire room is so white painted, I feel like I'm not even going to say it. But there's black knobs on the door. There's shadows hitting where the sunlight or the light above me is hitting in the creases of the cabinets. The stainless alone has multiple colors in it. So nothing is just one color. Our eyes and our brain determine what we're looking at, right? If you're colorblind, I think everything's gray, so you might as well be a cat. So, but if you're able to distinguish between lights and darks and colors, it's amazing. Especially when you're able to do that in your dreams. To have like lucid dreams is phenomenal. Take time to learn. I read a lot of books about lucid dreams. I read a lot of like how to lucid dream. And I like it a lot. So inside painting here, even though you see a painter, you know, when, like say Bob Ross is on every night with the archived 1980s live streams. Back then there wasn't live stream, it was a TV show, right? It's your TV show, an episode of how he puts his colors on his palette. He tells you what the colors are called, but then he mixes colors, right? To get a desired effect, especially when doing water. When you look at any water, whether it's in a bathtub, a sink, or puddle, or ocean, or stream, or river, generally water is clear, and it's getting reflected by whatever the bottom is, whatever light's shining down on it. Or this is certainly one color, but this is multiple colors when we back up. This tree right now has 5 different colors just in the leaves here, right? I know it's a lot of information. I'm sorry. I don't want to scare you away with a bunch of color theory. Just stick the paint in the paintbrush, paint within the lines, and have fun. So that's what it's all about, relaxing, having fun, and knowing that eventually you're going to be productive and make something beautiful for your house, or for your car, or maybe your trailer, or under your bridge. Trolls need paintings too. Wow. All right, this 7 is all over the place here, so we're going to start at the top and work our way down. So be careful, you got a 12 on either side, 3 12s here, an 11 on the left side, and a 9 at the base. Sometimes my hands will waggle, and I'll cover over a painting, cover over a number. So every painting comes with this reference guide with all the numbers, so you can go back and see what number you covered up. So that's another kind of cool thing. Where were we? Right over here. If you're painting and the paint pigment is too light and the numbers are shining through and you can't quite cover it up no matter how much paint you put on it, there's a thing that you can purchase. It's an acrylic paint marker, and it's a white paint, and you can just open the cap up, press it on it so that you can make the liquid come out. I did one right here in part 1 on a number 8. There was a number 8 right behind that white mark, but I wanted to show how that paint thing works. So you can, paint right over it. Okay, so trying to get a little tiny, there we go. Now we're going to go to the right, go next to the 12, not go into the 11. Well, you know what? I kind of burnt out on video games, Jessica. I live streamed my last video game last Friday, and I've pretty much, I play them, but I don't live stream them anymore. Not until I find something that interests me. And now I have really been enjoying just painting and building those wooden puzzles and building even just flat puzzles, 3-dimensional puzzles and flat puzzles. I've gotten back to my roots of arts and crafts and the love of doing this type of stuff. I never live streamed my stuff in the past and never really thought to. But now it's kind of all I want to do. That's all I want to do now. I'm in that kind of funk. I don't know if it's a funk, but I'm in that kind of a mood where video games just don't really interest me anymore. The monitor burns my eyes, and with the motion sickness of most video games kind of messing me up, I've strayed away from it. If Red Dead Redemption 3 comes out, I'll grab it and I'll live stream it, but that's not going to be in my lifetime. It's supposed to come out in 2030 or 2032. We're in 2026 now. It's not that far off, but still. Psh. But yeah, I totally, you do the anime stuff, don't you? You do the anime with the music and stuff like that? I think that alone is pretty damn cool. Are you making your own music, or are you taking other people's and just, like speeding it up and stuff? Or because if you're writing and producing your own music, that's much more fun, I think. Just be careful where you upload it to, because there's a lot of thieves. Thievy McTheavertons on the internet that'll take that away from me. I just covered up the 2 and the 23 here. So I'm going to try to see if I can get that 2 to come back. Oh. I'm just using the tip of the paintbrush. I can barely see it. I can see it enough. What do you mean by membership? You mean like PlayStation Plus type of thing? Michael's been without PlayStation Plus for so long. It's been over a year, it seems. Oh, okay. Well, that's why you got to get your boyfriend or husband to pay for it. Damn right. That's what I'd make him do. He's got all the money in the world. He's pretty much Elon Zombie. So, Elon Zombie. Okay, we got these little sevens up here in this building. I'm switching over to this side because I don't want to stick my hand in the paint and end up splotching somewhere like I did up top. Stuck my hand in the paint and left a big old splotch up there just before I ended the stream. Okay. Looking for more number sevens. And there's a paint splotch right here where I stuck my hand in paint and stuck it on the board there by accident. Yeah, I do that. It's that chimpanzee in me that just wants to finger paint on everything. Like I said, when Sammy came walking through here last night, I thought for sure I was going to be wiping off paw prints. Sammy does like paw painting. I'm not going to lie. All right, we got sevens all over. Just all over the place here. I haven't even got into the nitty gritty yet. I'm going to work my way down here. I'm going to come back to those sevens later. I'm going to work my way into these sevens down here. The breeze coming through the sliding glass door to my right. It's open so that Sammy can get out, plus so I can get some natural light. There's a breeze coming through, so I'm hoping that it'll be drying this paint off as I'm painting it. Okay, careful that there's a 9. I've got multiple colors in this just one spot here. I think our main goal, besides people hitting that subscribe button, is staying and watching, because we still need those 4,000 watch hours before the end of the year. We haven't been able to hit that yet, that mark yet. 26 years. Just seem we get right to the, like right when it gets to 12:59, we're at the last few minutes and then it goes over and we miss our mark again. So it resets the clock. 2026, it reset the clock again. Trying to get those 4,000 watch hours, and they don't come with watching short videos, but it seems like everyone only has interest in watching the short videos and not the content that I upload. All right, that 7 right there cut off into the 9, but I think it does come right here because there's no number on this spot that's sitting by itself. So I'm going to paint the number 7 in that one there. It's a really pretty color. It's almost a purplish pink. Like a, I don't want to say like a lavender, because lavender has like a blue in it, right? Like a lilac, maybe? And again, with the compression of YouTube and my phone, can change the look of the color as well, which is kind of a shame. It is certainly a pretty color. I'm trying to do more of my drawings. I did and post them on the channel. Okay. As soon as I take a moment here, I'll click on your channel and take a look. I got to do that on the tablet. I can't do that on the phone, or we'll lose the connection here. Okay, just 7 across here. And the gimbal that I'm using so that it'll be first person keeps sliding off my neck, and it's being a poop. It's being a wee bit of a poop. So I may have to get another one of these. So I'm holding it with my left hand while I'm painting with my right. Are you able to see this color? Are you able to see what this color is? Get an idea of what it is? See if there's a little 7 right here. It goes into a point. Funky looking stretched out heart shape. This 7 butts up right against the number 10. Look at the side of the canvas. Are there any 7s there? No, we got a 7 right here. I'm going to think that these are more like leaves falling down. Okay, 7 here. So this 7 is being used as a shadow or a color coming off, just some kind of color coming off the edge of this rooftop. This pagoda's rooftop. Well, not necessarily a pagoda on this one. This looks like a 1 or 2 story building. Maybe one of the shops within the castle. So the last game I played that was set in that Edo period was Assassin's Creed Shadows. And like, what was the other samurai game we were playing? Not Assassin's Creed, but boy, my brain. There's been a couple of a couple of samurai type games that are out there, but right now the brain's not connecting. I see it in my mind, but I can't think of the name of it. They were all based on these cities around. But Assassin's Creed Shadow was spectacular when you got up on top of something, a really high building or top of a tree or top of a mountain. You look down and you see this pagoda here in Kyoto. Kyoto, I guess. I can't pronounce. I'm not Japanese. But you have to actually fight in this building, and on the very top is a boss shogun you got to fight to win his sword and his mask. I think I'm saying it incorrectly. I don't believe it could be a shogun. I don't know. There's a hierarchy of samurai. They have different names as they go up. Okay. So there's one here. There's a weird looking like candle flame shape right here. This part's the candle. That part was the flame. We got a weird shape right here. In the last episode, part 1, I can use some of the YouTube music that they provide because, again, you can't put other music in or you'll get a copyright strike. So they give you like little portions of royalty-free music. And I type in like, Japanese music or Japanese flute or shogun music or samurai music, whatever. And sometimes it gives you music, parts of music from video games or other royalty-free sites. But you only get like 1 minute of it. So you have to either space it out throughout the thing. So on the short videos that come off of these live videos, I'll put the music on the bed behind my commentary and lower it down so it doesn't overwhelm. In my mind, I'm hearing the music I want to listen to while I'm painting, but I can't put that, like I said, because of the strikes. So what I want to know is what you're listening to. You can post it in the comments. Heart, full crochet, hen with a 3 instead of an E. I've never seen that before. Oops. Trying to press the little hearts on the super chat there. All right, Jessica, no worries. So it's got a European symbol with a dollar on it, I think, but I'm not familiar with that because I've never seen tips or anything like that. Generally, I don't ask for them. And as the times are tight, I suggest people hold on to their money. But if you want to, like donate and do things like that, I suggest you donate on my friends' pages or the moderators' pages. I don't ever ask for any tips or anything like that. My channel isn't monetized because I don't feel that, I don't know. It's just, I've always just done everything for free. I think it's all for karma more than it is for financial gain. I appreciate it. Thank you. If you'd like, I can donate that to a charity. Although I've never received anything from YouTube, so maybe it'll go on its own. I think that's how I set my channel up. My store, the Real Talk Chimp store, where I sell t-shirts and, and cups and all kinds of other sassy things, that's set up to go to Alzheimer's research. Any money that comes in from that goes directly to charity. And why Alzheimer's research? For my parents. All right. And most likely me. Let me get a sip of water here. Gotta get past the little Pikachu guard. All right, that was more than a sip of water. That was a gulpy McGulpertins. I can feel the heat from the day outside. It's pretty brutal. All right, so we got a 7 right here that runs right against one of the other colors. So, like I said, I have 2 more paintings to do after this one. So we'll spread them around for the next couple of weeks. By Saturday, I should get 2 more puzzles showing up. I'll start working on one of the puzzles the following week. So I've been doing like 1 week puzzle, 1 week painting, because these paintings I can spread out, throughout the week. You need time for the things to dry as well. Well, they say you can probably paint one of these in 18 hours or 10 hours or something. That just seems like an awfully long time to sit here, hunched over and trying to paint. I can do the max maybe 3 to 4 hours before I'm ready to pass out from it. Plus karaoke's tonight, and I want to go to karaoke, so. Okay, here's a 7 that goes up and over. So this is the shadow casted off this rooftop right here. So this is going to be a thin line. That wasn't very thin. And then a curve straight up. Of course, there's no paint. Let's get some paint. Well, we did kind of make an initial curve here. Went a little bit over into the 23 and the 19. Oh, I just overshot that one. Okay. Let's look in the roof and see if there's any more 7s. And then we'll put a happy tree next to it. Okay, so I see 7s elsewhere. Let's look back down here to see if there's any more 7s. Generally, my eye doesn't catch on to a lot of them, so I'll miss them when we move on to the next paint. Oh, yeah, here we go. We got 7s over here. Well, the good news is so far, well, most people didn't even bother to watch the short video that I uploaded from part 1. So far, nobody's sued me for using the Jason Statham accent. I wasn't using like a soundboard or anything. It was my voice mimicking the actor. But I did put in the description that Real Talk Chimp has the ability to mimic dialects and actors' voices. They are not the real actor. Unless, of course, he wants to come over and do hang out with me and I can mic him up and have him talk to you guys. I mean, hey, I wouldn't say no to that, or any actor for that matter. We can get Jesse in here. Haven't seen or heard from Jesse in a little while. He's an actor. I think that's a 9 that I think I just covered over. I can't even tell. It's going to be gone here in a second. It's such a small little dot that even if you would have seen the color, yeah, it was a 9 because the 9's also right here. All right. Oh, I gotta stretch here. Holy monkey. Okay. Needed that. All right, so we got a 7 right here. You got a 9, an 11, a tiny little 24 sitting next to this 27, besides the color that's right here below it. I'm going to try to go around this 24 without painting over it like I just did. Son of a monkey. Oh, I just made it over it again. That's the best. Got an 11 right above us here. So I'm using the medium brush. So medium brush seems to be the workhorse of everything that I'm doing. Unless I get to like the clouds or a larger area, I'll move to the thicker brush. If I'm in a tiny little area, I'll switch to the fine line brush. So where I haven't come into that yet where I needed to. I've only used the fine line brush for other colors that I come across that I hadn't painted yet. Like a number 1 happens to pop up, or any other, previous color. Okay, so that was number 7. Okay. Let's see if we can find any more number 7s around here. Oh, here's a 7 right here. There's another 7. The more paint you have on the tip of your paintbrush, it's going to be a lot easier to pull a line than if there's nothing on the paintbrush. If there's too much paint on the paintbrush, you're going to drag it and cover over paint that you already applied before. You'll find the right amount that you'll need. So right now, like this paintbrush, you see it closer to the hilt, it's super thick. I don't want that, so I'm gonna wipe off this paintbrush, water this paintbrush, clean the paintbrush, start over again, and try to get it mostly just on the tip. Okay. Like that. That's plenty. Okay. It's a 7 right here. Plus, if you have it right on the tip and it's not too heavy, then you can get right into the point. Right into a point, and then drag out. Right into the point. So you can do the edges, and come back in and fill in the center. Okay, got a big one here. So this one goes into a point as well. I'm going to try to pull the point. Hands are a little shaky. This looks like this is part of the big pagoda now, but I'm not sure what it is, what I'm painting here. I won't know until we start painting other things around it. I mean, despite the sounds of like the birds outside, the refrigerator going, humming in the background, the cars flying down the road, just in your mind envision Japanese music. Ding, 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 ding. I don't know. That stringed instrument that you see, like a sitar, but the Japanese version of that string. I hear that like it's like a harp. Oh my God, it's like a spaceship outside. It's got to be a Tesla. Covering over my Japanese string music in my brain. There's a 12 right here and a 13 right here. So I'm going to try to just fill this 7 up here. I said 7 up. I didn't mean to say 7 up. I meant to say I'm going to fill this 7 up. Still sounds like I'm saying 7 up though. Kind of hard to speak. Okay, so this bizarre looking thing I just painted, but there's this shape right next to it that drops down right next to this 12 and 13. I think I got it. Okay, that is what we did right there. Okay, let's look for some more 7s. Oh, I see, okay. So at the base of the pagoda, You can see exactly what I just painted, which is right on the tip of my glove here. At the base of the pagoda is a wooden structure, but it's built on top of stacked bricks that go from the ground up, stacked usually white bricks that make up the base. And it's actually hollowed out because inside that area down there is usually the storage area or the munitions or whatever. And then each of the levels up are, dojos and bedrooms and restaurants and whatever they have. But I just painted that weird looking orangish pink line there as maybe a shadow of something. Not quite sure. Although on there it looks orange, on here it looks purple or kind of pinkish, so not quite 100% sure. All right, looking for any more sevens in the lower region here. Yes. All right, sevens over here. Got an 11 and a 9 and a 24 right next to this one. So the paintbrush itself is one of these disposable paintbrushes. And sometimes the hairs get crazy and will go in their own direction. So like there's little bits of pieces in the 9 and in the 11 from where the little hairs off of here are kind of going their own direction here. I did a trim on this in part 1 where I trimmed the loose hairs off of the paintbrush, but all I suggest is getting professional paintbrushes or better quality. I have them linked in the description, a couple of different sets. And I have professional paints as well, paintbrushes as well. But like I said, these are so easy. They're so easy, just throw them away. You can trim them down with like a little tweezers, little scissors, that you use for your fingernails or what have you. Okay, let's see what else. Any more sevens in this area right here? Looking. Nope, I have them up here. Oh, we got them down here. Okay. Try not to stick my hand in this fresh paint here. This one is the shape of a genie lamp. This one's in the shape of a koi fish. I'm going to look for a koi pond paint by numbers. So I think that would be really fun to do. I've done 2 ocean scenes because I really enjoy landscape. I prefer landscape art over people art. That's just me. This one's really weird. This one looks like a snuffer. Like when you have a candle, you want to snuff out the candle in the 1700s. You have that long pole with the end of it, a little cup at the end of it, so you can reach up and snuff out the candles. That's exactly, or a tomahawk, I guess. Whatever this weird shape is right here that I'm painting. That's called pareidolia. When you look at shapes or objects and things and they make it look human-like or animal-like or something familiar. Pareidolia. Pareidolia is what people freak out about when they think there's like ghosts in the house and they see a shadow on the wall, and unless it is a real ghost, otherwise it's shadow being casted from a light source somewhere into a shape that our brain perceives as a human. It's a human shadow. Could be a shadow person. I'm not a skeptic anymore, so I'm a believer. really don't want to stick my hand in that paint. But if I put my hand and wrist at the wrong angle, my hand starts to shake. So I'm going to do what I've been doing all along. I'm going to flip the canvas. It's going to disorientate anybody coming in for the first time going, the hell am I looking at? But I make it easier for me, folks. And I can read some Klingon here because that's kind of what it looks like when I flip these numbers over. It's a little Klingon-like. This is the shape of a handbell. Or a weird-looking Pokemon. Not a Pokemon, but a weird little Pac-Man type thing. Remember, the longer you have a paint pocket or paint pod open, the more chance it has to dry out your paints. So you'll probably want to use some acrylic thinner to thin it back out if the paint starts drying up. But if you don't have any acrylic thinner, just put a little bit of water in there. Just note that water will lighten up the paint pigment. If paint feels like it's not flowing as well, a little bit of thinner or a little dab of water. But again, just note you'll probably have to go back and paint that spot where it thinned out. All right, mate. Let's see here. Heartful Crochet, loving your art, subscribe. Oh, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Zarumpelstiltskin. Don't they use those interlocking beams and stuff? No nails? Interlocking, what is this that you're working on? I'm working on this, well, you can't see it this way. I'm working on a cherry blossom festival. So it is a paint by numbers. It will eventually look like this, like a city in Kyoto, Japan, with a cherry blossom festival going on during the Edo period. It's from numberartist.com, item number 40-50-LZ8367. That is what I'm currently working on, but I happen to be making it easier for me, so I'm turning the canvas horizontal so I can get into the areas that I can get to. Don't they use those interlocking beams and stuff? No nails. I don't understand what that means. What is that referred to? Is that for the framing? Paint by numbers, that's what it's called? Yeah, cool, okay. Pareidolia, yeah, they even saw a human face in a pyramid, right? On Mars, exactly. Pareidolia. Pareidolia all day long in my bathroom. In my bathroom, it's got like this fake kind of tile. I don't know what they call it, but it's like a vinyl on the walls, but it's, I guess, however they paint vinyl, and they paint like these patterns and stuff into it just to make it look sassy or to make it look like it's marble or something, right? Fake marble or whatever. And every day I look up at these images and I force my mind to make each of these little splotches look like something, like a cat or a dog or a monkey or whatever, you know. And every day I go into the bathroom, those shapes change. Pareidolia. They don't use nails, beam joints, but what, I don't understand. What is that referring to? Oh, the actual construction. The construction of like the pagodas. You're right. I mean, there's some nails and stuff like that, but you're right. They use like, I've watched videos on how the way that they cut their wood, they use special shapes to be able to put beams to connect onto each other and stack them and do them. Yeah, it's especially way back, 1,000 years ago or whatever. The way that they were doing construction was phenomenal compared to what we got now, of course, right? Everything comes down in the first wind blow, earthquake. But yeah, the construction of say like the pagodas and stuff like that. I didn't know what you were referring to there, but you're right. And here's a really cool thing. Some of those wooden puzzles that I was making in previous episodes of my playlist, Arts and Crafts, they used the same construction, like in those wooden puzzles. Like they actually cut out the same type of miter joints and stuff so that the pieces interlock together, like you would say with like a Lego or with one of those brick type of buildings or whatever. They did the same thing so that you can basically craft these pagoda type wooden miniatures based off of the actual architecture of the actual buildings. It's so slick how they do that. It's so neato. Really enjoy building those little critters. And this pagoda, there is a kit of this actual pagoda. I've seen it on Amazon, but you can type it in. Kyoto, Japan, pagoda. There's a name for it. I have it in the description. It has an actual name. Kyoto is the city, but the actual pagoda name is in the description of this video. You can type in that name and type in miniature, and they actually have it, a miniature of this exact one that you can build. It's like 1/264th or some crazy thing like that. Hey, Corey, how you doing there, pal? Where, who, what? What were we doing? Number 7s. All right, so I'm looking again, looking in the pagoda. Here's a 7 up top here. We'll knock this one out. Then we'll be able to flip it back on its correct side. Okay, there's a 7 right here, a rectangle shape. There's a 7 right here. The paint's starting to get a little mucky on my paintbrush, so there's some more 7s there, but I'm gonna clean up this paintbrush and try to take some of the mucky muck off. The mucky muck. Okay. So like I was saying, when you buy these kits, you can either get them just with the linen and no frame. That's obviously going to be cheaper. You can get them in 24 paint set, 36 and 42 paint sets. Now, each of the paint sets, when you expand outwards, these numbers get smaller and there's more of them. So if you watched the last painting episode that I did, which was the sunset or cliffside sunset waves, that was a 46 paint. That one took quite a while to do that one. This one will be a lot easier with just the 24 set. But, I will fan it out for a couple of days, of course. Because like I said, the next wooden puzzle isn't coming here till Saturday, so got to fill in the week with something, right? All right, so let's grab some more paint. Get that number 7 that I saw up here. This one was the shape of an eyebrow. Okay, here's a 7 right here. I kind of dig this paint by numbers because it makes me feel like I'm working for something. It's productivity when I'm finished with just a set of numbers. But it feels like instead of just lathering a coat of paint on a wall or on a piece of canvas, I'm actually doing investigative work just to find these little numbers. And feel like a detective trying to find the numbers on here. Kind of like building a puzzle. and having to spread your pieces out, and either you're going to work on the edges first or you're going to work on the center outward, depending on how you puzzle, or a word search, or a crossword puzzle, or an enigma. It's cool, isn't it? It's neato. It's frustrating sometimes, of course, but you're painting so gently. Even a big gorilla chimpanzee covered in tattoos who looks like an inmate in a federal penitentiary, which I'm not. I never have spent a day in jail in my life, can have fun painting paint by numbers. That's sassy. Okay, where were we? Looking for number 7s. Oh, I just found a number 6 in the clouds up there. I'm going to have to take care of that. All right. Looking for number 7s. Going down the left side. So like I was saying, when you buy these kits, you have different options. This kit I forgot to get framed. So a few months later, I bought the frame for it, and then I had to do it myself. But they didn't give me the staples that they did. They gave me these little white tacks, and you can see how I did my best to kind of pull this onto it. When I'm done with this, I'm going to take it to like an Aaron Brothers or an actual frame store and get them to frame it much better, because I can tell I messed this thing all up. It's just barely tacked on there. I'm no framer. I'm just a hybrid chimpanzee. Still trying to learn how to do things. All right. We're looking for number 7s before we move to number 8. Are there any more 7s? Do you see any more 7s? I'm going to flip the canvas around so I can try to see if I can find more 7s. Looking. I'm looking for the 7s, please. I see a lot of 11s and 12s. Hey, Tweety McTweeterton bird. I don't know if you can hear that over the droning out sound of the refrigerator going off, but there's a Tweety McTweeterton out there on the wire having a wonderful time. All right, so I said I saw number 6 in the clouds. I'm not finding any more 7s. Doesn't mean that they're not there. I'm just, my eye's not catching on them. So we'll move on to number 8. But I'm going to go back and get that number 6 that I saw out there in the sky. The number 6 was this color here, this salmon peach color here. So I'm going to wipe off this paintbrush here, wash off this paintbrush here. Okay. I also have this. I didn't buy this with this kit because I'm a budding I'm a budding coin collector, so I bought this LED magnifying glass to help me with finding imperfections on coins and paper money. But this is coming in handy just trying to find the numbers on here for my wonky eyes. So I do suggest, paying a little bit and getting a magnifying glass. You can get a little cheap one out of it. You can get one out of a gumball machine. They actually have, believe it or not. This one is got it's a charger. It's rechargeable, which is neato. With the micro, I think the one before our C's and stuff, So it's rechargeable. It's got LEDs and it's got black light. I guess if you have to do crime scene work. So pretty neat. Why does it say open? Hang on a second. I want to open this and play with it. What does it do? Am I going to break something if I open this? Oh, it's got two different, I didn't even know this. That's so cool. It's got two different magnifications. It's got a, whatever the heck that is right there. I did not know that. And it's got this. So this is, what? Holy crap. So you can screw on other magnifications on this thing? Look at that. See if my Samsung phone can show this to you. Can you see those numbers? I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't tell if it's shining through and working for you, but oh, that is neato. I've had this thing for a couple of years and I never even thought to open this thing up. That's hilarious. See, that's what happens when you're part chimpanzee. You really don't know. Okay, where were we? Oh, that's right. We're going to look for that number 6. All right, it was somewhere up here in the clouds. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I saw a number 6. There it is. It's just a little itty bitty guy right here. It's one of the many little leaves that are falling down. Let's see if there's any more 6s that I messed up. Let's see. Eyes are not catching them. All right, so we will move on to number 8. We will move on to number 8, which is a slightly darker pigment than the number 7. Not that much difference. 7, 8, and 9 are almost the same. Just, slight shade darker. So here was number 7. Here's number 8. I guess we don't need that anymore, right? I got to go collect number 7 up. Hang on. I said 7 up again. Oh, please don't run it over. Whew. Almost ran it over. That wouldn't have been good. Our handy dandy grabber claw. Okay. So we were saying that was number 7. This is number 8. Almost cannot tell them apart, but I assure you that number 8 is just a shade darker than number 7. It looks like a mauve. A mauve. Okay. Need some agua. All right. Looking for number 8s. All right, we'll start in the bottom left. We got a number 8 down here. You're going to see it right next to the number 7 here of the difference in colors. Oh, it's really hard to tell. Right around this one here. Almost looks identical, but it's got a different number, so it's definitely a pigment different. Really hard to tell the difference between these two colors. But I assure you, even looking down here, they are different. What does it say? Quest tracker? Bro, I'm on shrooms and that look trippy AF. Sweet. What kind of shrooms did you eat? Portobello? Shiitake? I don't really know any other names for mushrooms. I'm not a big mushroom fan. Although I'll get them on a pizza. I don't generally eat mushrooms. I don't really like the texture of them. They're squishy like a octopus tentacle. But I'm sure they probably have their place. Like somebody made, my aunt made some, my cousin made some hamburgers, cheeseburgers, with the portobello mushrooms sauteed. And it was pretty good. But then it was mixed with everything else, so I couldn't really tell. Still, it had that funky texture. Mushrooms are very earthy, have a very earthy smell to them. But then there's like, what, 5,000 different species of mushroom? Maybe more. I just found a number 5 all by itself right here. All right, so right next to that number 7 is this number 8. Again, I cannot tell it apart. Maybe you can. I cannot, not with my chimpanzee brain. The fact that you can type really well on mushrooms but still see things making you hallucinate, that's pretty impressive. Bet you're going through something like peyote. Okay. Oh, we got a tiny little 8 right yonder. Little 8. It's like a feather. I don't condone the use of drugs, but if you're going to use drugs, you better share. Did you bring enough for the whole class? Did you only hop on the channel just to tell me that you're on mushrooms? I used to run a podcast back before podcasts were a thing about drugs, alcohol, and addiction and other stuff like that. You can find that in my first 190 or 200 episodes of my podcast section. That was during 2018 and 2022 when I did those. I actually had real doctors and real people on that back then. I ran it like a radio station. But back then I didn't know how to tag things, and so you'll go through there and you'll see there's like only one view. You see, we put a lot of production and a lot of time into those episodes. But even today, nobody really goes back and looks at that stuff. Unless it pops into a news feed. Because I've been like on my YouTube, I keep getting stuff in my, in my, whatever the algorithm feed is of YouTube. Videos from like 12 and 27 years ago keep popping up. I'm like, why did these things keep, what interest could I possibly have? But sometimes I watch them. Hell, I just, before I'm live streaming this, I just watched the first Matrix again for about the 1,000th time. Because each year that I watch the Matrix, as I mature, I see something that I didn't see the last time. So sometimes it's good to go back and watch things that are 10, 20 years ago because you've matured since that. Or maybe you haven't, but still you're going to see something that You don't remember, I don't remember that happening in this. Or because you've seen so many different types of the same type of stuff, your brain has blended everything together. I'm literally painting right next to what I just painted. And I'm not seeing a difference in this paint here, but I know it's a pigment different. What is this right here? Looks like an 8, but it's a number 9. These are all number 9s, despite that number 5 there. So looking through the magnifying glass at this, because the LED is shining on it, I can definitely see it's 2 different pigments. But for whatever reason, my eyes just can't pick them up in this low light. Even though there's light above me and there's light coming from the outside, it's still a lot more of a low light than if you were in a studio under, real lights. I'm just in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen because the ventilation is much better than my room, and we don't have a garage. We, being Sammy and I, don't have a garage. Real thin line right here I'm going to try to get. Right into 11, there's a 9 right here as well. This looks like a shadow behind this woman that's standing here. And some of it is in her, whatever clothing she's wearing. You can't tell it's a human at the moment because we haven't fully flushed that out. But once we fill it in, you'll see that there's a human standing here. So in this painting, you have elements of a landscape, you have structures, and you have people milling about. So there's a lot of action going on in here. Do we have any karaoke singers in here? Do we have any singers in here? I lost my place. Here we go. It's a huge area of number 8 that spreads all over the place. So there's like just crazy directions this thing turns in. Right up against the 9 and the 24 and the 19. very relaxing doing this. Very relaxing. Sometimes it puts me to sleep. So if you suddenly hear snoring, that would be either Sammy or me. You may have to wake me up. All right, so that's 8 going in there as well. Is that 8? But that's 9 right there. I don't want to paint in there. This is, let me look at the magnifying glass, what this is. Okay, that's 9. But what is this? Okay, that has to be part of 8. And Sammy is conked out in the other room. Unless he knows I'm talking about him, then he'll come over here. Or if I put some food in his bowl. It's the shape of a Japanese crane. This may be the kind of channel that will just kind of knock you out, let you sleep. Especially if I had some music going on in the background. I think that's a 9 right there. So I'll leave that be. Nope, it's an 8. It's a different color than that one. That's an 8 right there. My mother was an artist. She painted and sculpted. And I remember when she was taking a class on calligraphy, and that was like the thing that she was interested in. That's another art. I don't know if anybody does it anymore, but that is truly an art if you can write with calligraphy. That requires such delicate and precision. Especially if you can learn to use a feathered quill and an ink jar. But if you remember, people used to write mail, M-A-I-L, put a stamp on an envelope and send it away before we had all this email. Probably don't do that anymore. Some people would write out their name and address in calligraphy. Or if they were doing a birthday card or something. Fortunately, now people just computer generate it. What a shame. We know that primates, given the tools, they will paint. We as humans may not understand what they're painting. They understand. But I don't see that very soon AI will do this. Robots will do it. That'll be a shame. More and more commercials, videos, I can't tell them apart anymore with AI. 95% of the advertisement that comes on my YouTube is AI generated. You used to be able to tell because not that long ago you'd get squished eyes, hands that didn't look right, more fingers. But now they're so similar you can't tell that it's not humans present. Even movies are being made with AI. AI has taken over the CGI. Careful, there's a 9 right there. But I assure you, I am not using AI. I am a human hybrid chimpanzee. And I say stupid things like tickle your totem pole. That is not procedurally generated. Okay. There's a lot of number 8s. Yeah, I found a number 7. Let's knock out that number 7. Yeah, you can see it's definitely a different color. Any more number 7s? I'm burping up pizza from a week ago. That's not cool. Okay. This is Ricky with Real Talk Chimp, live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. I am painting the numberartist.com Paint by Numbers Kit, Cherry Blossom Festival. Item number 40-50-LZ8367. Please consider hitting the like button, share at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family, and smash that subscribe button. We'd like to get to 5,000 subscribers before the end of this year. Thank you. You're more than welcome to comment with me. Every time I dip my paintbrush into the paint, I do look over to the tablet to see if anybody's communicated. I will communicate back with you. Otherwise, I will talk to myself, and you will like it. You don't have to like it, but... You can chat with me with whatever's on your mind. I like the gift of gab. I am a babbling brook, or a babbling Bob, a babbling Ricky. Questions, comments, suggestions, fire away. Consider me being your unpaid, non-professional psychiatrist. You'll be paying hundreds, $200, $500 for a psychiatrist to communicate with you. I do it for free. Why not? Okay, I got some number 8s down low. I'm going to try to get these guys here on the edge of the canvas. I see a 6 right here, a 6 right there. We'll knock off those. All right, back to the number 8s. These are all 9s. There's an 8. Oh, we got tons of number 8s over here. Oh boy. Okay. This whole giant area is all number 8s. I just have to find where it starts. Careful of the number 12. Number 11 and 12. We also have number 7s in here too that we already painted. So we won't paint over those. Not to mention other colors. I'm just going to cover up that tiny one there of some other number 11 or 12. I think it's a number 11. But it's so tiny, you're never going to see it. That's an 11 there. This is a number 8. Plus I can just go back when this dries and paint the 11. Number 9 and number 15. Hey Jessica, welcome back. Jessica's here, you got to show that one. Now we're in a real complicated one here. It just is all over the place. Oh, I had to fight an itchy back there for a second. Whew. Okay, we're good. Nope. So I need a Jessica here scratching the back. Scratch the back with them Pikachu claws. I need an electrical charge as well. Zap. A Pika Zap. Right? Because Pikachu is an electric mouse. I don't think Pikachu's a rat. I think it's a mouse, right? Are you a mouse or are you a rat? Or a bunny? Or a cat? But you do have electric. That's like your power. Uh-oh, got a random rogue hair on this thing here we need to get rid of. Okay. Thunder. Oh, it's thunder. Thunder and lightning. It's not electricity. But that's the attack, like when it goes after other other Pokemon. Like each Pokemon has their own little powers, right? When they battle. Hey, there's a monkey. I don't. What was the monkey's called? The monkey Pikachu. Do you remember what the name of that monkey is? And there's like how many Pokemon are there? Like 20 or 30 or more Pokemon. I guess it depends on what episode of the cartoon, the anime that you watch, but I'm sure there's got to be a Wikipedia for Pokemon, with the Pokemon Go, and probably so much information it's just overloaded with information. Okay, that was the 8 right there. Oh, did I just paint the 9? Oh well. There's a 9 right there. The Raichu and the Pichu. Okay. So they're all like the same class of Pokemon. Remember, I used to have a pet rat that I used to call Pikachu. He used to ride on the back of one of my Maine Coons. They were the best of friends, which is, weird. Cat would have devoured the rat, right? But nope. They were buddies. That rat lasted 5 years, which is unheard of in rat. Rats generally live, even under the best conditions, 1 to 3 years is their lifespan, which is pretty sad. This one managed to live 5 years. Good taking care of, good diet, good water, the best and clean environment that I could possibly put him in. And trained him too. Rats are extremely smart. Rats and pigs, they say, are smarter than most monkeys. Although the capuchin monkey is the smartest monkey that we know of. There's hundreds of species of monkey. But the capuchin monkey is what you did see. They stopped it in the 1990s, where they taught capuchin monkeys to basically do everything a robot does now. Cook your food, get your laundry, put the laundry in the laundry machine. It was, for the like quadriplegics or soldiers that came back as quadriplegics. They would train these capuchin monkeys, and they basically did, a lot of things. They could go and get a pen or a pencil. They could lick stamps, but they don't use that anymore, which on one sense is a good thing, on another sense it's not a good thing, I guess. I don't know. But ASPCA said, nope, you will stop training these monkeys to be slaves. I think if the monkey believed in karma, it would be giving the monkey karma. But they thought that they were being slaves. Okay. Whatever tickles your totem pole. I don't know how I got off the beaten path with that. But if I could train a Pikachu, Why does that say message redacted? If I could train a Pikachu to work with a quadriplegic, I think that would be amazing. As long as he didn't, hit the quadriplegic with thunder and lightning. I mean, unless it was able to help in some way, it would damage somebody more. No killing, Pikachu. No killing. No, now I'm going to get it yelled at by YouTube or something for saying the K word in a nice, quiet painting episode. Don't say the Z word. That was from Shaun of the Dead. I thought we weren't saying the Z word. Z for zombie. No? Too soon? It's Pika. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, I see Jessica Pika Hart. The Pika Ken. Okay. I just figured that was your brother or something, but it's your husband, I assume. Now. All right, number 8. Really, this number 8 goes all over the place as well. Who can take a Pikachu? Give him lots of kisses. Dance him around in circles until he throws a lightning fit. The Candyman can. Yes, I am bananas. Bananas. This is like the shape of a heart right here with all the little things coming off, but there's a 19 and a 9 right there I don't want to go over. Oh, it's your Roblox account? Ah, my bad. My bad. My bad. All right, looking off to the edges there. Any more 8s? Oh my gosh, more 8s over here. Okay. Those are 9s, 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 9s. Those are all 9s, 9s, 12 9s. Okay. Those are all 9s. Those are all 9s. We're going to go up the side over here. I'm going to flip the canvas to get these 8s that are on the sides here. All right, let's see. Oh, we got huge 8 up over here. You know, I'm going to switch to the big boy. Oh my God, we got a rogue paintbrush hair. Got it. Oh God, we went all over the place. I bent this paintbrush. It does not like being chimp handled. Take those tongs, stoke the fire. That was from Paul. The movie with Paul. Seth Rogen as the alien. Simon Pegg and whatever the heck the other guy's name is that I can't recall. Okay, we got an 8 right here. Oh, 8 inside here. Those are 9s. I'm just filling in the center parts so that I can go back with the medium brush. The whole pagoda is just filled. Let's switch back. Yeah, right. This purple or this mauve type of color is really kind of giving a pattern that's making sense. Speaking of making sense, I'm going to put this down for a moment. Jessica, you entertain anyone that's on. I'm going to go use a restroom. I will be back. In fact, let me get some more ice. I'll be back. Gotta go get my back scratcher. Look, I'll be back. Put some tofu in your bowl. Almost there. Just gotta feed a Sammy. Maybe we'll see the elusive Sammy come out. Yes, I am your crazy chimpanzee. It's all about the cheeky chimpanzee. Okay. Oh, wait, one more thing. Just realize I have to grab one more thing. Uno momento, por favor. One more thing. Don't run away just yet. Well, look who it is. The elusive Sammy the reindeer kitty. Sammy, we need your stamp of approval, sir. Sammy Bond Monkey Cat. Come hang out, Sam. Come visit. Come on, Sam. You've been talking about you the whole time, Sam? Hey, Ian, welcome back. Be mindful of the other folks. I had to grab some more gloves. I had to grab some more gloves. I like these nitrile gloves to protect my hands from chemicals and the paint and such. The problem is they really dry your hands out because they're powder free. To really kind of dry your hands out. Okay, so let's wash off this paintbrush and we'll get cracking on number 8 here. Hey, Sam. So if we flip this over, we're going to be painting like this. To get back at all these number 8s, it's not going to work. All right, I'm going to keep it horizontal. It's just this gimbal thing that I'm using to hold on to this as being a poopy butt. Fortunately, I'm out of the range of the warranty. I can't see this number, it's too small. Okay, this one's an 8. What does it say you need what? The freaking little heart is in the way. You need songs. Yeah, right. I'm going to karaoke tonight. What am I singing? Mike already wants me to sing Curtis Steiger, something, the theme song from Sons of Anarchy. But I don't know if the karaoke dude has that, but I'm sure maybe he can download it. Because not every song is a karaoke song due to copyright, so they don't have everything. There's a lot of songs I want to do that they don't have karaoke songs for. But I will certainly, plus I don't know if I could sing like the guy. He's got a real scratchy voice. So here's number 8. It runs along here. I'll run out of paint before I can make this complete line. It runs right into these two 10s here. That's a 9, that's a 9. Those are 9, those are 9s. Here's an 8. Here's an 8. It's like the eaves of this building is this 8 color. Oh gosh, more 8s. If you run out of paint, if you're not near like a hobby store or a painting type store, you can send the paint code back to numberartist.com and they'll send you out one free container of the paint that you need. But anything after that, you'll have to probably buy it out of their little shop. But if you are near a store, you can take the paint code into the store, tell them that you need another tube of this paint. Another little hack is dipping your paintbrush in water and just picking up as much of the pigment as possible before you totally run out. Because even if you totally run out, there's still enough paint around the walls of the little container here. If you just add a little bit of water, you'll be able to continue painting for a while. Hey, Sam. You want to say hi to Jessica? You just trying to go get your food? Say hi to Jessica. Sammy, can you tell everyone to like, share, comment, and subscribe to @RealTalkChimp? Thank you. You heard it from the Sammy, and the Sammy knows. I need to paint right on that last line there. Those look like 9s. I don't want to touch those. I'm going to go in a little bit of water here. You okay, Sam? You okay, baby? What's going on, little monkey? Huh? Are you okay? It's hot out there, huh? How many of you call your cat a monkey? Or is it just me? Does your cat do monkey things? Or is it just cat things? Getting a little bit of water. Kitty power. Kitty power activate. We've been painting for 2 hours and 14 minutes. Wow. Well, I just found a 7 up here. I'm going to do the 7 up. I'm going to do the 7 up. Can I remember where the 7 up is? It's right there. The 7. Not sure if you can see it, but it's right here, I assure you. There's an 8. There's an 8. Where did I see it? Right here. Okay, mate. Where's we going? I gotta flip this canvas to the side again. Let's get the magnifying glass. That's a 9 or an 8? That's an 8. There's an 8 right there and right there. Ricky Stinicky. Those are 9s. What does that say? Oh, yeah, I'm just renting this place until November 30th, and then I gotta move. I had a passport, I'd go to Canada. I don't have a passport. I would get kicked out of Canada. Okay. Still looking for number 8s. All right, I'm going to do a deep dive here and try to look for more number 8s. Oh, I missed this whole spot right here. Okay. It's way too expensive here. Continue paying this kind of rent. It's ridiculous. So I just want to try to find a 1-bedroom somewhere. Maybe somewhere that's got rent and utilities included in the rent. Probably have to move to Compton or something. I just painted that monstrosity, but I gotta get rid of some of the muck on this paintbrush. Because I've had this pot open for over an hour, the paint's starting to get real muddy. I will be having to Add some water to it soon. All right, any more 8s? That's an 8. I'm not sure why they're making this tree this color, but this is a tree back here. They want this color. Okay. That looks hella messy up there, but it'll come together once we put all the other colors in there. It just looks like a bunch of splotches all over the place, but that's what art is. All right, see if we can find any more 8s. Is that an 8? That is an 8. Folks, I think we may have finished all the 8s. I think we fought the good fight, knocked out all the 8s. Now, that doesn't mean that there's still some hiding around, but for what I can see, I think we knocked out all the 8s, and we can switch to number 9 now. I'm switching to number 9. If there's any more 8s, you want to jump out at me. I'm going to get this number 5 that I see over here off to the left. Just use this little paintbrush. Number 5 was this super dark brown that you see here, around here. That's it. Just that little line right there. of the number 9. I'm sorry, of the number 5. Number 5, number 9, my brain. My brain! Okay. Brush is clean. Now, going from number 8 to number 9, again, is just a tiny pigment change. I really don't see a difference, but I'll try. Okay. So here was number 8. Here's number 9. They look almost identical, but I assure you they are not. You can tell the difference right there on the sides of them. This is darker. This is lighter. But on the linen canvas, it looks almost identical to number 7. Okay. Mauve. Okay. And we know that there is a ton of number 9s. A literal ton. Thousands of number 9s on here. Love potion number 9. We're going to start with the big brush. I'm afraid to say love potion number 9 has never worked on me. In fact, I can honestly say that no love potion has ever worked on your chimp. I am like Frankenstein to ladies. They run with pitchforks. They're like, no, get that chimpanzee away from us. Yucky bad. Yucky bad, he's got cooties. If you ever need someone to repel women in your arsenal, just call on Real Talk Chimp. I will hook a brother up. This whole area is number 9. Do you believe in magic in a monkey's world? We've done enough full fill. Could come back and do the tinier parts here. It's a 15 in there. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Doopy doopy doop doop doop. Those kids were fast as lightning. You could say it was a little bit frightening. I can't remember the rest of it. I think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. Did I get all that? I think I did. There's a 9 down here. Everyone around me is a total stranger. Everyone treats me like a cyclone ranger. Everyone. That's why Sammy's turning Japanese. He's really turning Japanese. He really thinks so. You don't want to know what that song is about. If you already know what that song is about, keep it to yourself. Although in this day and age, it really shouldn't matter. But it was taboo in the 80s, the 70s. Okay. Whoa, 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 canvas, come back here. Not canvas, but the easel wants to go running away from me. Okay, this is going to require a bigger paintbrush. And add a little water to it, thin it out a little bit. Cover more ground that way. So 19 right there. I just covered up the 1 and the 19. Oh, so 19 and 24 on either side, plus the other paints that you painted here. Just dipped it in the water so I can get it to flow a little bit better. Still working on the number 9s. Jessica, are you still here? She probably went off to live stream. So you can click on her name from the live stream and check out her channel. She has some really good stuff there. Video games that she plays, but also music and art. I don't have to be so particular with the number 9 in this area because you got 3 of similar colors right next to each other. So I can almost kind of feather that in as a blend. Except next to that peach. Take some of this mucky muck off here. Getting a little bit too much on the hilt. It's 10 right here into 24, 11. Keep dipping it in the water just so I can smooth this out. Whew. Let's get down into the nitty gritty here. Using the water to get me out of these little tight spaces here. So water will help it flow right up to the line. What is that right there? 24. What is that right there? . That's an 8. I go back and paint that 8. Yeah, it's kind of boring without music. I get it. I'll upload music once it gets archived onto YouTube. May not be the music I want. It will be something to fill up the empty spaces of me not babbling in your ear. That's why I try to use a monotone voice, so I can make you sleepy. What I could do, I could put some pineal gland frequency music in the background, and you can treat this painting video as a sleep video. And when you wake up, it'll be a finished, beautiful painting. And I'll do subliminal messages into your mind. Hug your cat. Snuggle with your cat. Your cat, despite the fact that he may go for your jugular, wants kisses and hugs. Make millions of dollars. Be a king or queen. Love thy neighbor. Stop smoking now. Start eating your vegetables. These are supposed to be subliminal messages. I don't know if they're working or not, but it's if you happen to fall asleep. I know jujitsu. That's from the Matrix, sorry. Oh no, he says, I'm gonna learn jujitsu. Then he goes through the little Matrix computer thing and he goes, oh no, Kung Fu. Keanu Reeves, Matrix. No, too soon? My bad. Okay. Did we knock off all the 9s in this area? Nope, here's more. Anybody have anything exciting to talk about? Does anyone have nothing to talk about? Okay. Take that as a no and a yes. Okay. Gonna flip the canvas to the side. See if I can see any number 9s over here that I missed. There we go, some number 9s right there. I realize you can't see them. I'm gonna mix some water in here. This paint's starting to get mucky. I gotta figure out how I can do this so you can see. I'm going to flip this thing over. Try to get the rest of this roof. There's an 8 right here I missed. Bunch of 15s in between here. Those are number 9s. Damn it. I busted that paintbrush. Okay. Let's do this number 8. Just basically kind of did the outline of the pagoda. Let's see if there's any more numbered 9s. Oh yeah, there's more number 9s. We're not done yet. I'm going to turn it on its side. I'm trying to get these number 9s. I gotta get a lot of water in here because this stuff is really thick. You're not going to be able to see this. It's all the way up at the top. I think we may have finished all the number 9s. I think we can honestly say we can move on to number 10. If a 9 pops up, we'll go back to it. Okay. Well, number 10 is going in a completely different direction, like usual. This is Ricky with Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. I am live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. Paint by numbers from numberartist.com. The kit is called Cherry Blossom Festival. Item number 40-50-LZ8367. It's a 24 paint kit, but you can get it in 36 or 42. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to at Real Talk Champ. Smash that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. Greatly appreciated. So this was paint number 9. Now we're going back to a salmon or peach. I don't know why they go in such opposite directions, but I guess they got to change it up every once in a while. This is like a light, really light peach, almost a flesh tone. This is number 10. Okay. Let's look for number 10s. Well, compared to what we were painting before, that is pretty darn light. Keep sticking my finger in the wet paint. It's what I don't want to do. But I use my finger or hand to sit on the canvas so I can keep my hand steady. Every once in a while, the breeze blows in and this acrylic comes back into my face and makes me cough. Because it is, it is a chemical. Okay, I'm going to raise this canvas up because I'm not seeing any more 10s. I got one right here. Sam, you okay? You okay, Sam? You okay? What's out there? Can you tell everyone to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Real Talk Champ? Thank you. Come here, monkey. Come up here, monkey. Come on, Sam. Come here. Come here and hang out. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be clouds. Just part of the sky. I think it may be just a highlight, because looking at the reference, seems to be just like the sun hitting the roof. I can't see what number this is. It is number 10. Hey, monkey. There's your true Real Talk Chimp right there. The elusive Sammy. Hey, Sam. That's my nitro gloves right there, Sam. How you doing? Do you want to give your stamp of approval? Do you want to give your stamp of approval, Sammy? All right, look for these number 10s. Hey, monkey. I love you, Sammy. Monkey. All right, looking for these number 10s. If you're just joining us in the channel, thank you very much. Hope you enjoy this paint by numbers. This is part 2. Almost complete with part 2. We're up to paint pod 10. There's one over here. Oh, I just saw it. You got a 10 right here. Damn it. Shove my hand in a fresh paint. I think these are just falling leaves. Damn it. There's a lot of mess right here. That's only because we're super close to it. But it's pretty messy. I see that 10. Right next to a 22. This big area right here is a 10. Not trying to hit the other paints around it or the other numbers. There's a 9 right there. Let's go back and get this 9. It's a completely different color. There's 9 right here. I think it's a good time to call it. Can't find any more 10s. There probably are more 10s. I just can't lock on with my eyes. What is that up there? What is that up there? It's a 3. Wow. I missed a 3, so let's get the 3. This is the 3. Can I remember where it's at? Found it. Is it a 10 or 16? It's a 10. Okay. The shape of Louisiana. Okay. Those are 19s. Okay. Pikachu's just saying, like, no way, man, I'm not going back to the banana holder. Well, you are going back to the banana holder, sir. There you go. You stay on that banana holder and you will guard the banana holder. That's your job. Make sure your place is cleaned up. Extra paper towels for tomorrow. All the critters here. All right. Nitro gloves inside the container. Okie dokie pokey. Well, we made it up to Paint Pod 10. Didn't go the full 4 hours, but I think that's good for now. Got a lot to do tomorrow. My name is Real Talk Chimp. Well, my name is Ricky. I'm live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. Part 2 of Paint by Numbers Cherry Blossom Festival from numberartist.com. Item number 40-50-LZ8367. So we've got a lot to do. A lot to do in part 3. Remember to like, share at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family. Comment even when this is archived or on any of the other videos, shorts, and live streams and all my playlists. Help me reach 5,000 subscribers before the end of 2026. And yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks for Jessica for hanging out and moderating today's live stream. Make sure you click on her link and check out her YouTube channel. She's got a lot of goodies on there. All right, thank you all for commenting, hanging out, hitting that subscribe button. And like I said, we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace and chicken grease, everyone. Real Talk Champ, Paint by Numbers, and we'll catch you later.